Holy cow, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the 2020 hashtag poetry bomb. I wish we could all get out into the world right now instead of having to do everything from at home, but I hope everyone is hashtagging poetry bomb like mad. This is why I'm sharing with you a bunch of poems from two recently released books from Scars Publications. If you'd like to know about Scars Publications, go to scars.tv online. They run two literary magazines, CC&D magazine and Down in the Dirt magazine. What I'm holding in my hand is the first 2020 issue collection book from Down in the Dirt, and it is called Foundations. Foundations. This is called Foundations, and showing it off for cameras because everybody's really interested, I'm sure. But if you'd like to know anything about this magazine, scars.tv/dirt. This book is available for sale at Amazon, and you can find links to it at scars.tv as well. But I thought I would read to you a couple poems that are in the back, that are bonus poems in the back of this issue collection book, and they are poems that were shared on Five Towns Radio, which is a UK radio station. Thank you, Trevor Wainwright, for posting these poems from different events on your radio show. It was cool to listen to. It was the coolest thing, and I thought it would be cool to share some of these poems here as well, because if you can share them on a UK radio station, then you should be able to share them in a book with you guys. These are a few poems in the back of this book from Five Towns Radio. They were actually read and played on February 2nd of 2020. That's what it says here. And this first one is a poem that's called And I'm Wondering. I'm wondering if there's something chemical that brings people together, something that brings people to their knees, something that sucks them in. And I'm wondering if you're sensing what I'm sensing. Is it just me? Am I making this all up in my head? Or when I glance up and I catch your eyes, well, are you actually staring at me? And I'm wondering if it could work out for us this time, if we'd have one of those relationships that no one ever doubts, especially us, because we know we'll always be in love. And I'm wondering if you'd find my neurotic pet peeves charming, like how I hate it when someone touches my belly because I'm so self-conscious. And I'm wondering why you had to tell me when we happened to be sitting next to each other that the fact that our legs were almost touching was making your heart race. And I'm wondering why I felt the need to take your cigarette and inhale, exhale, while the filter was still warm from your lips, there just seconds before. And I'm wondering if a year or two from now, after we've been going out and should have gotten to the point where we're bored with each other and sunk into that comfortable rut, if you saw me making macaroni and cheese in the kitchen using margarine and water because I don't have any milk, and I've got my hair pulled back and strands are falling into my eyes, and I'm wearing an oversized button-down denim shirt and nothing else, well, what I'm wondering is if you would see me like this and still think I was sexy. When I glance up and I catch your eyes from across the room, and when I see your eyes dart away, when I feel this chemical reaction, well, what I'm wondering is, do you feel it too? Okay, that was a fun one, and this is how we change moods. This next one from this radio show performance is titled Death Takes Many Forms. It is winter now. The trees have lost their leaves. The city is covered in a thin layer of soot and snow. The grass is dead. In the sunless sky, black birds circle overhead, searching for prey. An eerie cold settles over everything. Nothing is growing anymore. Death takes many forms. For you, death first came when you were 5 years old and your mother had to give you 3 shots of insulin a day until you could take a needle to yourself. Did it hurt to push that needle into your arm the first time? Or did it hurt you more to know you had no choice? Death takes many forms. Death can be someone telling you without trying that they're losing their eyesight. The kind Coke bottle glasses you would see me and say, "That's a nice black suit you're wearing." And I would tell you, "It's green." And you wouldn't believe me. You wouldn't hear the howling wind of the changing seasons. Death takes many forms. I know what follows the autumn wind. It is winter now. Do you remember when it happened? The changes are subtle. The temperature drops, at first only slightly. It's almost imperceptible. Only when the first snow falls do you realize where all the seasons have gone. Death takes many forms. Death can be a sweat-soaked shirt, the shakes, dizziness when you needed food. You would look as pale as a ghost as I would hold your cold, wet arm to steady you. Quick, some sugar will make everything better. Isn't everything better yet? Death takes many forms. The signs of death can come when you lose your circulation. "My feet are numb," Janet. You'd say, I can't feel my feet anymore." And I would rub your feet for you. And you would say it makes a difference, that you feel better. If only I could do this forever. Death takes many forms. I said goodbye to you to travel my own road, but I didn't think it was the last goodbye. How was I to know? When I left, I knew you didn't want me to go. And now it's my turn. Why are we always saying goodbye to each other? Are you trying to teach me a lesson? Because if you are, well, I've learned it. Trust me, I have. You can come back now. Death takes many forms, and now it seems you've taken me down with you. You've taken me down into that casket with you, and I'm running my hand upon your jacket lapel, and I can feel the coldness of winter all around me, and I can hear them shoveling the dirt over my head, and I want to get out, and I want to take you with me. Death takes many forms. Death can be that hole you left, you know, right over here, just a little to the left. I keep wondering when all the pain will go away, when everything will be better. You once showed me that winters could be beautiful. Instead of the dark and dirty snow lacing the city streets, you showed me a quieting snowfall over a lake at your parents' backyard, glistening in an untouched whiteness. I told you I hated winters, and you told me, this you don't hate. Well, I'm still learning. It is winter now, and death takes many forms. The seasons change for you and I. It is snowing, and something is ending. It is snowing. Somewhere it is snowing. Okay. I'll have to change gears with that. Sorry. Emotion, there you have it. This is a poem that is called Fantastic Car Crash. And our life is one big road trip now, and we set the cruise control and make our way down the expressway. And most of the time we're just moving in a straight line and the scenery blurs. There's nothing to see. But I know what's inside of you, and I know what you're made of. There's no such thing as a calm with you. You are a fantastic car crash. You stop traffic in both directions as the gapers gawk and the delay grows while everyone slows down and stares. Everything shatters with you, you know. It's a spectacular explosion. I try to duck and cover as metal flies through the air. And every time you leave the scene of the accident, I'm left picking up the shards of glass from the windows. You know, the glass breaks into such tiny little pieces. They look like ice. It takes so long to pick up the pieces, and even though I'm careful, I'm still picking up the pieces, and I'm still on my knees. And the glass cuts into my hands, and the blood drips down to the street. Think of it as my contribution to this fantastic car crash. That is you. That is me. That is us. As I pull the glass from my hands and wave my hand to the line of traffic. Go on. Keep driving. This happens all the time. There's nothing to see here. Happier Pieces. That was a deep one earlier, so I have to end on this one for you. The last poem in the book. It is from Five Towns Radio that was played on internet UK radio. So I got to hear it on February 2nd. It was very, very cool. And the last one that is in this book that was performed on the radio, thank you, Trevor Wainwright, is called Us Actually Touching. I heard a physicist explain that when two solid objects are pressed together, they never actually touch. Now, I can't imagine it, but maybe because electrons repel, all objects remain one molecule apart. I wonder if this is why, when I see you and when we embrace, I want to hold you closer and closer. I want to hold you tighter and tighter because I want to defy the laws of physics and feel that contact with you as long as I possibly can. Is this why, whenever we embrace, I want to rest my face at your neck so that I can inhale you deeply, so I can breathe you in? Because I want to experience you with all of my senses. I want our molecules to intermingle. I want us to actually touch. Hashtag Poetry Bomb. I just read to you the last poem in the Down in the Dirt first 2020 issue collection book, Foundations. You can learn about it at scars.tv/dirt, and you can find it for sale at Amazon. And there's listings for things in the writing section or in the book section or everywhere on the scars.tv website. And keep hashtagging Poetry Bomb everything, because that is what this time is all about, you guys. Stay poetically inclined, stay creatively interconnected, and long live the Poetry Bomb.